You're listening to a presentation from Calvary Chapel St. Petersburg. For more audio and video content or other information about our church, visit calvarystp.org.
But if you have your Bible, we're going to go to the book of Exodus. Exodus chapter 28, and it's going to describe something called the priestly garments. And I don't know about you, but if you ask yourself, how much attention do I pay, or what do I pay attention to in regards to what I wear every day? And some people are like, well, I'm pretty conscious of that. You know, at my work, there's a certain dress code. But what you're going to find in Exodus 28 is God's going to list out the outfit that the high priest is supposed to wear. You know, God, you have given a lot of thought to what this is supposed to look like. So here it is right here, Exodus chapter 28, and we'll discuss it. Have Aaron your brother brought to you from among the Israelites, along with his sons Nadab, Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar, so they may serve me as priest. Make sacred garments for your brother Aaron to give him dignity and honor. Tell all the skilled workers to whom I have given wisdom in such matters that they are to make garments for Aaron for his consecration, so that they may serve me as priest. These are the garments they are to make a breast piece of an ephod, a robe, a woven tunic, a turban, and a sash. They are to make these sacred garments for your brothers Aaron and his sons, so they may serve me as priests. Have them use gold and blue, purple and scarlet yarn and fine linen. Make the ephod of gold and of blue, purple and scarlet yarn and of fine twisted linen, the work of skilled hands. It is to have 2 shoulder pieces attached to 2 of its corners so that it may be fastened. Its skillfully woven waistband is to be like it, of 1 piece with the ephod and made with gold and with blue, purple, and scarlet yarn and with finely twisted linen. Take 2 onyx stones and engrave on them the names of the sons of Israel in the order of their birth, 6 names on the one stone and the remaining 6 on the other. Engrave the names of the sons of Israel on the 2 stones the way a gem cutter engraves a seal. Then mount the stones in gold fillage settings and fasten them on the shoulder pieces of the ephod as memorial stones to the sons of Israel. Aaron is to bear the names of the shoulders as a memorial before the Lord. Make gold filigree settings and the 2 braided chains of pure gold like a rope and attach the chains to the settings. Fashion a breast piece of making decisions, or for making decisions, the work of skilled hands. Make it like an ephod of gold and of blue, of purple, of scarlet yarn, and of finely twisted linen. It is to be square, a span long, a span wide, and folded double. Then mount 4 rows of precious stones on it. The first row shall be carnelian, chrysolite, and beryl. The second row shall be turquoise, lapis, lusa, and emerald. The third row shall be jacinth, agate, and amethyst. The fourth row shall be topaz, onyx, and jasper. Mount them in gold filigree settings. These are to be the 12 stones, 1 for each of the names of the sons of Israel, and each engraved like a seal with the name of the one of the 12 tribes. For the breastpiece, make braided chains of pure gold like a rope. Make 2 gold rings for it and fasten them to the 2 corners of the breastplate. Fasten the 2 gold chains in the rings of the corners of the breastpiece, and for the other ends of the chains, the 2 settings, attaching them to the shoulder pieces of the ephod at the front. Make the 2 gold rings, attach them to the other corners of the breastplate, and on the inside edge text of the ephod. Make 2 more gold rings and attach them to the bottom of the shoulder pieces in front of the ephod, close to the seam, just above the waistband of the ephod. The rings of the breast piece are to be tied to the rings of the ephod with blue cord connecting it to the waistband so that the breast piece shall not swing out from the ephod. Whenever Aaron enters the holy place, he will bear the names of the sons of Israel over his heart on the breastpiece of decision as continuing memorial before the Lord. Also put the Urim and the Thummim in the breastpiece, so they may be over Aaron's heart whenever he enters the presence of the Lord. Thus Aaron will always bear the means of making decisions for the Israelites over his heart before the Lord. Make the robe of the ephod entirely of blue cloth with an opening for the head in its center. There shall be a woven edge like a collar around its opening so that it will not tear. Make pomegranates of blue, purple, and scarlet yarn around the hem of the robe with gold bells between them. The gold bells and the pomegranates are to alternate around the hem of the robe. Aaron must wear it when he ministers. The sound of the bells will be heard when he enters the holy place before the Lord and when he comes out so that he will not die. Make a plate of pure gold and engrave it on as a seal, holy to the Lord. Fasten a blue cord to it to attach it to the turban, so it would be on the front of the turban. It will be on Aaron's forehead, and he will bear the guilt involved in the sacred gifts the Israelites consecrate, whatever their gifts may be. It will be on Aaron's forehead continually, so that they will be acceptable to the Lord. Weave the tunic of fine linen and make the turban of fine linen. The sashes to be work of an embroiderer. Make tunics, sashes, and caps for Aaron's sons to give them dignity and honor. After you put these clothes on your brother Aaron and his sons, anoint and ordain them. Consecrate them so they may serve me as priests. Make linen undergarments as a covering for the body, reaching from the waist to the thigh. Aaron and his sons must wear them whenever they enter the tent of meeting or approach the altar to minister in the holy place, so they will not incur guilt and die. This is to be the lasting ordinance for Aaron and his descendants. So, Lord, as we look at these high priestly outfits, and Lord, we look at all the intricate details that you have, and more importantly, Lord, as these priests come before your presence, bearing the names of the people of Israel, Lord, you are telling us something of what you will do, of what your plan is, and God, we are grateful for it. So just thank you for this night. Thank you for everybody here. I know it's a busy season for a lot of people. I pray you would just be with us, Lord, as we continue to work. Give us the wisdom and insight that we need. In your name we pray. Amen. All right, a couple of points. You know, I'm reading a lot of clothes, and you're like, wow, this is kind of fascinating. And you might say to yourself, you know, God is really detailed. I mean, he really goes to great lengths to talk about what's supposed to be on the stone, what does the breastpiece look like. He talks about what's supposed to be on the shoulders. He talks about the dress, the pomegranates and the yarn and the type of fabric that's being used. And you're like, man, there is a lot of detail. I mean, you're like, I don't even think about that much detail when I get up in the day every morning. Like, what am I going to wear? It's like whatever I can find, right? But there's something going on here that's really important. So a couple of points. The first is this. I like this. The first point, it's called dress to impress. Or dressing to impress. You know, when you're looking at this outfit, it seems very costly. I mean, in my mind, I think of like an Italian suit maker, and they're making this really fancy suit. And so what is being told to the people of Israel about what this outfit is supposed to look like? So dressing to impress. The second point is clothes that speak. Well, you know, when you wear certain things, what are you signifying? You know, what are you communicating about yourself or about the outfit that you have? What is it trying to speak? And there's very specific things that they are to wear, and they have purpose and meaning. And the third point is this: coming before God. You know, this whole outfit is for the high priest so that what? They can enter somewhere, that they can represent God's people. And so the outfit is designed so that God says, when you come before me, because you're going to come before me, this is the outfit you're to wear. And you're like, but does God really need the outfit? What is the outfit for? Who is it communicating to? And you think about it, in some respects, when you look back, it's like, this is communicating to the people of Israel. When I come before his presence, I'm bearing your name. You're going with me there. But there was only one that was allowed to go, the high priest. All right, so the first point, dress to impress or dressing to impress. One of the things I noticed here in this text, and he starts to lay out these things, he identifies these sons of Aaron, and he says, make sacred garments for your brothers Aaron's to give them dignity and honor. So right off the bat, these clothes are meant to communicate something, dignity and honor. And clothing matters. I mean, you go to any culture at any time, people will use certain clothes to signify important things. That's why it's like a kind of a milestone when you get your first suit, if you're a guy. You're like, man, I got my first suit. You might be a little kid, but like a suit that when you get older. And you're like, man, this is a suit that I'm going to wear, and I work in this as kind of like a statement piece. And we have these long pieces of fabric on our neck, and we wear fabric like this suit jackets, and you wear like a dress shirt that's got buttons on the top. And it's like we have our own style, but that style, we look at it, it's like, hey, that's what you would wear when you are going to court or you're going in for an interview or something like that. You want to look your best. And so we kind of identify clothing and what it signifies. But in this particular case, this outfit was designed by God to do something for dignity, as it says here, dignity and honor. When the question I ask myself, well, who is God saying that has to wear this? Is everybody? No, it's just the high priest. It's just the priest here. The priests have an outfit, but the high priest in particular has a particular job. So he says, hey, what I want is that this outfit is to come before me into a sacred space. And this outfit is something else. It's one of a kind. It's one of a kind, like, hey, this is for this specific job and this specific role. I mean, we have kind of that. I mean, I was never in the military, but I do know that it is a very big deal that you put everything in the right order and everything has a proper space. And if it's out of space or out of order, people will tell you. That's not how you're supposed to wear that. This is what it's supposed to look like. And you wear that outfit for this particular case. You can't wear it over here. You have to wear it in this particular case. So this is a one-of-a-kind outfit for the high priest for a specific event or occasion. So what's happening here? Well, this one-of-a-kind outfit is very, very unique because it's signifying and talking about something particular. It's this second point, clothes that speak. What are they speaking about? What's all the detail that he lists in here? One of the amazing things that he does is he talks about the names of the people of Israel are to be on the high priest's shoulders. So these two stones, like he said, 6 on one side, 6 on the other, and then there's this breastplate with all of these particular stones. So when Aaron was to go before God, he was in one way carrying the people on his shoulders as he goes in there, but he was meant to go before God, shoulder to shoulder, or in front of God's presence with the people. So these stones, you're like, oh, that's a pretty cool ring. I like that emerald cut. A little ruby here and there, kind of a nice place setting. No. All the stones particularly represent something. And the idea was that this outfit they were to wear was to be a symbol to the people that are watching them. I am taking you with me into this space. See, these clothes are actually communicating something really important. And in the space that they're going into, we talked about this, verse 29, whenever Aaron enters the holy place, he will bear the names of the sons of Israel over his heart on the breastpiece of decision as a continuing memorial before the Lord. So not only do the people see him with those stones on, but when he goes before the Lord, this is supposed to represent. This is the people. And what is he going to do when he gets into God's presence? I mean, he's supposed to go to the Holy Holies, the holy place where the Ark of the Covenant is, right? And so what's he going to do when he gets there? You going to play God in a game of guess who? Oh, you got me again, God. Yep, he does have a mustache. Like, what's he going to do when he's in there? No, this is interceding for the people. There was something that God was, in that space, designed for the high priest to interact with him, and that was the spot. These were the people. This is the message that's being communicated. It's before his presence. So something's going on. This outfit is very important. It's very important in what it communicates. Another really cool piece about this outfit is the ermine and the thummim. It talks about this piece that's on there, verse 30, and also put the ermine and the thummim in the breastpiece so that they may be over Aaron's heart whenever he enters the presence of the Lord. Thus Aaron will always bear the means of making decisions for the Israelites over his heart before the Lord. Now this was no one really knows what it is particularly, but it could have been 2 stones, like one black or one white. I've heard a couple different theories, but there is a story about this. If you go to the book of Numbers real quick, this is the way that they would make decisions in some respects. Interesting story. Numbers chapter 27. Have him stand, verse 19, before Eleazar the priest and the entire assembly and commission him in their presence. Give him some of your authorities that the whole Israelite community will obey him. He is to stand before Eleazar the priest, who will obtain decisions for him by inquiring of the Urim before the Lord. As this command, he and the entire community of the Israelites will go out, and at this command they will come in. So this is talking about Joshua and what's going to happen, but the Urim and the Thummim was a way to make decisions. Now you're thinking what I'm thinking. Man, wouldn't that be nice to have one of those things? Man, I'd like to have one of those. Hey God, what should I do? Well, I just take out the decision thing and we figure it out right there. And you're like, well, man, that thing had to go away. Like, why can't we get that back? But what's fascinating to me is that this piece that's part of this breastplate that's on his heart is something that goes with him into the Holy of Holies. But it's also something where the people see this as like, hey, God is there in the midst of us, and he's helping us to make decisions. Because I think maybe the people of Israel, I don't know, and this is kind of totally speculative, which I probably shouldn't speculate, but I wonder if they feel like, hey, how do we know? I mean, Moses is speaking for us. Is God speaking to us? And maybe the Urim and the Thummim is a way to say, hey, God is making decisions. God is leading and guiding them. And it was something that they did use in making decisions. And what they said was like, this is something that was from the Lord. That's why the text tells us, put the Urim and the Thummim in the breastpiece so that they may be over Aaron's heart whenever he enters the presence. Thus Aaron will always bear the means of making decisions for the Israelites. And in some way, it's like, hey, God's presence is there in the midst, helping them to make decisions on what they should do. And so, I don't know, there's something about this outfit, the ability to make decisions, the people of Israel's name. And lastly, it's kind of colorful. It's a very like 70s twist. They put bells on the bottom of their outfit. Like bells, like what are the bells for? 34 and 35. The gold bells and the pomegranates are to alternate around the hem of the robe. Aaron must wear it when he ministers. The sound of the bells will be heard when he enters the holy place before the Lord and when he comes out, so that he will not die. Now, you might be asking yourself, what now? He's got to have the bells on the bottom of his outfit or he will die if he doesn't have the bells on there? Why? Is he like, God's like, who are you? How'd you get in here? I didn't hear the bells go off, right? Like, what's the bells for? I don't know. I do kind of, but the bells, and this one commentator said this, the bells are for the people. It's an audible reminder that sinners cannot come before the Lord without a mediator. And so in some sense, maybe the bells are the people hear it outside and they're like, man, he's in God's presence. Now, if the bells go quiet, that's probably not a good sign. He ate it. So maybe it's an indication that he's in God's presence. Hey, it's all right. We're hearing the bells. You know, it might bring a new thought to, come on, ring those bells, right? Everybody, you're like, whoa, this is kind of a different bell type of ringing. But what I find about the outfit is so fascinating. An ability to make decisions, the names of the tribes, and an indicator that they're still in the presence of the Lord. These bells with pomegranates. You're like, what's with the pomegranates? Is that their favorite fruit? Like, is that just a stylistic decision? They're like thinking about what fruit would really represent, I like pomegranates. I had a pomegranate today. Let's go with that. No. I think something else is going on here. Because when you look at an outfit like this, you're like, man, this is kind of crazy. And he's got a turban and he's going before God's presence and he's got bells and then he's got pomegranates and he's got a decision thing and he's got all these colorful stones. One other piece, and this might help tie it in of what's going on here with the pomegranates. The last part of the outfit, so he tells them, make sure you're wearing the bells. And the second part about this, he says this in verse 43. He says, make linen undergarments as a covering for the body. So he's talking about what kind of underwear he's supposed to wear, right? And you're like, I know, the joke, just say it, fruit of the loom, I get it. No, right? Well, he's wearing this underwear. Make them undergarments as a covering for the body, reaching from the waist to the thigh. Where that's your thighs. Aaron and his sons must wear them whenever they enter the tent of meeting or approach the altar to minister in the holy place, so that they will not incur guilt and die. If they're not wearing the underwear, he's like, clink, you're dead. You got to have the bells. You got to have the outfit. And you're thinking to myself, this is a very, very specific outfit that I'm supposed to wear. And you might think of it as, oh, this is so random, but it's not. It actually is communicating something. One commentator draws our attention back to the book of Genesis. Now, it's not that far back. You can go back there with me. Genesis chapter 2. I want you to see something here. Why does the undergarment have to cover them from their waist to their thigh? Well, Adam, Eve,